Hello there. My name is Nellis Plus, and we're back with another Civilization 6 series. Today, I want to begin a very challenging scenario. I want to try to play a religious game on deity. Now, I don't know if that means we'll pursue a religious victory or not, but I definitely want to establish a religion in a deity game. Now, this is challenging. In the past, if you've watched some of my previous videos, I've claimed, without qualification, establishing a religion in a deity level difficulty game is impossible. With, of course, the exception of Arabia, who is always guaranteed a religion. So for the rest of this series, I'm going to talk about the impossibility of deity religions, and always with the exception of Arabia. I won't even mention it anymore. Now, I've made that claim, and then I tried Poland, the recent Poland DLC, and I love Poland. Poland is a fascinating civ, and I'm looking forward to playing with them more. And in my short series where I experimented with Poland, I talked about how we saw how much of their abilities revolve around religion spreading, religion enhancing, stuff like this. And I lamented that these were abilities you wouldn't really be able to take advantage of in a deity game because, as I said, religions and deity are impossible to found. I've recently got to thinking, could I have been wrong there? And I did some experimenting. I played a few deity games, and I, in fact, I'm happy to say, I was able to establish religions in deity games without being Arabia. And I'm going to tell you more about that in a second. But it gave me the idea to play a deity challenge with Poland and as a video series. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to create a game. Now, it is extremely challenging to found a religion in a deity game. And we're going to talk about all the different ways in which it's challenging. The first time I did it, the first time I was experimenting, trying to find out whether or not I could found a religion in deity, I chose the Aztecs. Because I figured getting a religion out fast is all about getting your holy site online as soon as possible. And of course, Legend of the Five Suns, the Aztec ability, allows you to spend builder charges to hasten the completion of districts. So that was great. I was able to do that. And that worked out fine. And then I wondered, well, can I do this without the Aztecs? Can I do it with a civilization that doesn't have any sort of advantage to building districts? And I found I could as well. But again, not all the time, and it is extremely difficult. And there are some things you need to do, and there are a lot of sacrifices early game you have to make in order to push the religion out, and that sets you back pretty far. So you may end up getting your religion, but by the time you do, you may have set yourself back infrastructure-wise and military-wise enough that you sort of then you're presented with additional challenges. How do I catch up now? I mean, you've already got you're significantly further behind the AIs in a deity game when you're not sacrificing your early game to build a religion. So anyway, I want to try to do this with Jadwiga. I also want to do it on a small map. The reasons are as follows. We've been playing an inland sea deity challenge with Gilgamesh, and that it has been a lot of fun. I will be finishing that up shortly. But what we have there, of course, is a very large map with many civs and an immense amount of territory, land, very little water, just pretty much all flat land that you could settle on. So you don't want for space. So I was thinking it might be fun to try sort of the polar opposite of that. A small, tight map in which there's not a lot of space. There's only a few AI to battle against. So maybe in such a game, diplomatic relations become more significant because you have to rely so much on being friendly with people. You can't sort of colonize your own part of the world comfortably. No, because you'll run out of space very quickly, and you'll have to sort of be on good terms with other people. That's a possibility. So that could be interesting. Additionally, if we're going to play a religion challenge deity game, we're going to need all the help we can get. One of the ways you can improve your chances of establishing a religion in a deity game is by playing with fewer players. So it's interesting to note that in a 2-player game, in what they call a dual game, you are guaranteed a religion, deity or not, because in a dual game, in a 2-player game, 2 religions are able to be founded. So you're guaranteed one. Now, I played a few of these in experimenting with the deity religious challenge, and it was fun. I was always able to establish a religion, but it was interesting. They were very short games, and perhaps you can guess why. With only 2 players, all the AI has to do is establish their religion, which they do very quickly by building Stonehenge, and pump out a few missionaries and or apostles, send them your way, and you've only got 2 or 3 cities at this point. They need to convert only 50% of your cities, and they win the game. So my games lasted 40, 50, 60 turns at most. So I don't want to play a 2-player game. I'm going to play the next best thing. I'm going to play a 4-player game. So we're going to play deity. We're going to play epic. I'm going to talk about why we're going to play epic speed later. Now, there's the 4-leaf clover, which is a multiplayer map, which is an interesting map. A 4-player multiplayer map. I should say it's a 4-player map that tends to be used in multiplayer. You can play it in single player if you want. And I considered doing that for this challenge, but for several reasons I'm not going to go into here, I don't think that's the best way to go. It is an interesting map. I recommend you try it if you haven't tried it already. It ensures that every player starts off with more or less exactly the same. It's not a random seed. Everyone starts off with the same initial conditions. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do either. I think we'll do either. So Pangaea lends itself to a religious victory because it's easy to convert everyone because they're all in the same landmass. But I think early pressure in Pangaea is pretty high, and we're going to be focusing a lot of our early energies on establishing a religion and stuff, and not so much on military. So I want to sort of separate myself as much as possible from competing civs. So I want to go fractal, maybe even island plates. Let's try island plates. Now this will make a religious victory slightly harder because it'll be harder for religious pressure to extend overseas, etc. But we'll deal with that challenge. So let's do that. And our map size is tiny, and you'll see here that's by default four players. So let's get started.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest, from this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars. Highest Jadwiga, praise be to the glory of God, the earth and Poland. Most holy king, you will show your people the truth and the light, and they will move beyond to spread the word to others. Protected by great winged warriors, you will unmatched by any other.
Okay. Here we go. Let's see how we start. All right, so on the coast, which will give us our, is it seafaring or something? Sailing. Okay. I like this start. It's looking good. We have mountains to boost our campuses and holy sites. We've got good food. We've got lots of mountains. Look at that. Got a bit of desert if we did want to go for pyramids or something crazy like that. I don't think we would. We've got some science cess luxury over here, which when we mine will give us some extra production. It's looking okay. We've got woods. Okay, we'll cut those down eventually. What I'm really worried about, so I'm not, now that we're on islands, I'm not so worried about early AI aggression. What I'm worried about is surviving the initial barbarian rush. So let's settle on the coast. All right. So obviously, astrology is the first deck you want to get because you want to be building that holy site just as soon as humanly possible. So we'll do that. Now we have 27 turns to hard research it. What we would want ideally is to be able to find a natural wonder. Now the best way to do that, of course, is to build a scout and start scouting. But for reasons we'll talk about in a bit, we don't want to waste turns building a scout. We cannot afford to. And in the end, there's no guarantee that if you do build a scout, you will find that natural wonder. So we are not going to build a scout. So if we're not going to find a natural wonder with our scout, we're going to have to find it with our warrior. Now that creates another issue because we don't want to explore too far away, as everyone knows, too far away from our capital, especially in a deity game, because barbarians are a bitch. So we need to be able to, so we want to sort of strike a balance between exploring, I think as you always do with your first unit, exploring a bit, but keeping them close enough to rush back to your city to defend against barbarians and squish any scouts you see coming your way. What to build first? I think you have to more or less ignore the monument. The question is, do you want to go straight into builder, or do you want to build a unit or two and then build a builder? The benefit of having a builder is as follows. If you can have a builder out when your astrology comes online and you're ready to start building your holy site, you can chop down a forest or two to get your holy site out that much more quickly. Of course, that also means you need to have the mining tech discovered. So at our current rate of science production, it's going to, let's assume we're not going to find the natural wonder. If we do, it'll be a great bonus, but let's assume we're not. So 27 turns for astrology, an additional 14. So we're looking at, was that 41 turns before we can chop down a forest. And I wonder, there are other considerations to take into account. So right off the bat, you need 90 points to get a great profit. Now, unless you're extremely lucky and you get a natural wonder right off the bat, you get your holy site out and a couple holy site prayers and an early shrine, you're not going to be the first one to get the profit. Almost never will you be. You're more likely to be the second person to get a great profit, especially because the AI prioritizes building Stonehenge. And that gives them the first great profit automatically. And once the first great profit has been found, the next one is significantly more difficult to get. You'll need 180 great profit points to get the second great profit. So that's a ways away. It raises the question, do we even really want to rush our holy site district build? Do we want to chop down the forest or forests to get that holy site up as soon as possible, as opposed to getting it up at a medium speed and making sure that we're just sort of making enough great profit points to eventually get a religion? We don't have to be the second, we have to be the third, because there are only 3 religions available on a map of this size. I want to try going not for the first, going not for the second, but going for the third religion here. And that's okay. It might mean that we don't get a religion till turn 90, perhaps even a little later. But it'll mean that we need to focus. I've done a few experimentations with Poland getting an early religion, and focusing everything you possibly can on getting that great profit out really means taking a hit in every other way: economically, culturally, scientifically, militarily, most importantly. And it unbalances your game from the start. So I want a sort of a more balanced start. So I want to be mindful of those great profit points, but I don't want to go so crazy that I lose myself. So let's skip your turn. Let's get a slinger out. He can hang out in our capital, and we'll give him a garrison promotion. And he should provide effective defense in our capital for the first 30, 40 turns or so. Pretty slow moving up here. Okay. Fortunate that we spotted him this far away. We're protected by some pretty serious mountain ranges, which is kind of nice. Hey, hey, hey!
Gaze upon the beauty spots of the earth
There we go.
and enjoy them as being the finest thing I have ever seen.
Normally, Crater Lake.
The lake is above them all.
Normally, I turn my nose up at Crater Lake, but we are playing a religious game. Might be a great spot to build our second city because, of course, it provides fresh water. It's pretty far away from our first city, but we'll want to think about it. Okay, good. So, interesting. That changes a lot. Well, that was a freebie. Let's hammer away. I'm a little worried about this, but our slinger is coming in. Okay, interesting. We'll be able to start building, as soon as our slinger is finished, we'll be able to start building our holy site. Now, without discipline, you always have to heal a couple rounds with your warrior before you finish off the encampment. We'll heal 2 rounds, I think. That should give us enough. Yeah. Oh, perhaps not. Perhaps we'll need 1 more turn to heal. This will be nice. We'll get the bonus to military tradition by clearing out this encampment and a bit of extra money. Okay, looks like a scout's found us. That's not the best.
I don't believe in astrology. I'm a Sagittarius.
That's interesting. I've never seen something like this before. So a scout could see us. He could see our lands anyway. That's all he needs to go back to report to his encampment that they can start spawning an army. But from what we can see now, they won't be able to actually reach us. Certainly not the route through the route. Boy, I need 1 more heal. All right, let's go mining in case we do decide to chop down a forest, because everything's going just right. Okay, that's just great. Now, the reason this is +2, normally it would be just +1 from the mountain. District adjacency is normally a 0.5, so you need 2 districts adjacent to give you a +1. But this is one of Poland's abilities. For its holy site districts only, they get a full +1 for every adjacent district. So let's put it there. This will help us get our pantheon up all the more quickly. All right. My goodness. All right, a little bit more. 1 more. All right. 2 hits should do him in. There we go. Okay. And a promotion. Boy, we barely made it. I suppose it's because he was on a hill. I'm going to wait on the promotion. If there are horse archers coming our way, ooh, that scout wouldn't dare attack me, would he?
That is best.
Okay. Right. So Poland, we see here, it's one of its a very nice little bonus ability. It converts a military policy slot into a wildcard policy slot. This is great because, for a number of reasons, additional flexibility, as I've said before in a previous series. It lets you do great things like an early mysticism civic is no longer sort of useless because you can actually make use of the great scientist and, lo and behold, the great prophet revelation policy, which we are very likely to do. Okay. Sure, let's go this. I don't know if we'll get a worker out. We definitely want this out as soon as possible. Just waiting to see what sort of enemies come our way. If they're horse archers, I can't remember if I said this already. We'll want the. I think is it barding promotion? No, it's not bard. It's tortoise promotion, right? Otherwise, we'll want battle cry. Okay, I don't see any ranged units coming our way, so let's go for battle cry.
When you find yourself in a
forgot to finish off that slinger. Let's go animal husbandry. When in doubt, it's always a great one to get because it opens up archery, which we're hopefully about to boost here. Let's see if we don't kill him this round. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So after animal husbandry, we could just sort of we could nab archery at a moment's notice if we need it. Nice to have that option open to us. Okay. Working away at our holy site. Halfway done. I should have been checking my tiles. Working almost everything we can. So production focus won't really do anything. It's good. We have a good start here. A lot of people already. 4 people. All right. Stick our nose out here. Okay, good. Wow, we are very well protected. Do a quick save there. All right. Let's not be too bold with our slinger, but we might as well while we have him. Sort of check a little bit out here. Nice to find a tribal village if we could. All right, interesting. Where do you live? You're not likely to... Right, you're not going to attack me. Barbarian scouts seem entirely opportunistic. They never seem to attack, as far as I mean, I could be wrong. But they'll never attack a unit. They will almost always pillage a trade route if they can, and they will sometimes steal builders and... see, we need to kill 1 more barbarian to get this boost. They will sometimes steal builders and settlers. Is the end of that sentence. All right, it looks like he's stuck. So, yeah, it looks like we got our own island here, which is not surprising. We're playing on island plates. So long as we can keep the barbarian problem under control, should be okay. Best case scenario, 1 or 2 of the other AI start on an island that they have to share with an AI, and they go to early war with each other. Okay, good. So craftsmanship, we're halfway there. Let's go to foreign trade, which we're unlikely to boost, so we're expecting to have to hard research it. Now, you see here, someone has already started to collect great person points. That's so they're going holy site pathway to religion. So someone else is likely going to get the what's it called? Stonehenge. So we are already considerably far behind. Because once the Stonehenge is got, that's the first great prophet gone. And then there's 2 left, and that is, therefore, this guy is already sort of in the running to get the second, and we want to be the third. So, we want to start generating our prophet points as soon as possible. We are now generating 1 per turn from our holy site. We could build a shrine, takes 20 turns to do, but after that, we'd be generating an additional prophet point per turn. Instead of devoting 20 turns to the shrine, we could do several holy site prayers projects, and these offer a considerable amount of prophet points. Anywhere, it depends on the amount of production you throw into them. It scales, but this one requires 25 productions, so it'll probably give us, I don't know, six, maybe more, maybe as high as 8 or 9, maybe even 10. Great profit points. But I'm a fan of doing the shrine. Best case scenario, we buy the damn thing, but that's a ways away. Well, perhaps we could do holy site prayers for a while, and then when we can afford it, purchase a shrine. But the shrine is really only good if you get it early and it starts generating, you know, those profit points. If you get it and it only gives you your last 10 profit points, I mean, what's really the point of fighting to get it early? So we might sink the 20 turns into the shrine. That's what I'm thinking. Or do we want a builder? Builder is 15 turns. Yikes. I think we go shrine. And I think we then have to worry about, I should have been worrying about this before. We want this policy as soon as possible. Discover a second continent. Well, builders can move. So a builder could discover a second continent for us. I wonder. It would shave 14 turns off of foreign trade. How much to buy a builder? 300. So we need 60 more. So 10 more turns. We can buy a builder. I'm okay with that. Let's buy a builder. We'll make it a seafaring builder. Okay, bronze working for our third barbarian. I'm being a little more bold than I should be, perhaps, with this, but okay, yeah, we knew something was down here, and as far that is alerted, it's been alerted, so there should be a number of units down there. Let's heal up our warrior. Perhaps it wasn't fully alerted for some reason. I mean, no, I think we make our stand in our own territory. Like so. Oh, floodplains is there's a defense modifiers in there. Okay. How best to do this? Let's put you there. And you there. All right, we have our Pantheon. So we're going to go for Divine Spark. This, in the present circumstances, it's obvious why this is great. +1 great profit point. We'll start collecting that immediately. But it also has knock-on effects later on with the campus, especially the campus. You can rake in a lot of great scientist points with the help of Divine Spark, especially if you have several campuses. A recent game I played, it was a 2-player game, so I only had one AI opponent to compete with for great scientist, but I was getting great scientists left, right, and center. I think I got the first 3. The first 3 of them came my way, which was quite handy. So we'll hopefully get our campus up very soon. So you're defended pretty well over a river, in the woods. We'll leave the attacks up to him.
Bronze is the mirror.
We'll get a promotion there pretty soon. Now we've already boosted our tree. Yeah, okay, good. So the kill can go to you. Actually, let's give the kill to you. I suppose it doesn't matter who kills him, as long as they both get to attack him for experience. And our slinger gets more experience because once you've been promoted once, you only make 1 experience per interaction with a barbarian, as you will see here. There we go. Now there's still a spearman down there, and is it $25, $30, $40 to collect? We'll get that after we heal up. Almost ready to purchase a builder. Let's see. Let's grab pottery. Oh, pardon me. We better actually do this so our builder can embark. Get some heals. Hopefully our timing is still right. That might have been... Okay. Looks okay. So far, so good. Not a lot of harassment from anything, really. Been left to our own devices here. Let's bring both in. Let's bring both down, rather, to take care of that encampment. Just in case we encounter some surprises, we want some extra firepower. Can we purchase our builder now? We can. 2 more turns he can embark. Let's get foreign trade off. Okay, that's unfortunate. Yeah. More important to boost the foreign trade. Well, we can.
It is not that life assured.
Should we do that while we can? Sure. Grab some pottery. Okay. Now this is a little tricky. What we might do is this and let them come to us. To give us the wheel. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that 3rd tile improvement to boost craftsmanship right away. Because it's such a small map, we should very quickly be able to find that 2nd continent. Right, let's go to Holy Site Prayers. How are we doing for Great Purse? Okay. So let's just keep track of the numbers. 56, 28, 10. So he's making 2. We're making 3. He's making 1. Okay, good. We're actually making more. Wow. Could we be the one to get first? That would be incredible. We could get the profit out of the way. Interesting. Yeah. We might not even need the mysticism policy. But let's good. Let's grab it anyway. Wish he would come after me. Let's entice him a little bit. Okay, good. Looks like an industry. Good, 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 good. Now, your cities get 22 production towards city projects. Oh, that's interesting. There's no chance we're going to get that suzerain bonus in time for it to be relevant, but for our current projects. Now, is that not a new continent? Oh, that's disappointing. I thought for sure it would be. Well, maybe we're not going to get the bonus after all. Let's give you another shot, and then we'll promote you.
I thought clay must...
Okay. Go for this one first. I do want the garrison eventually. Let's go for the wheel. We can build an early water mill and get to the bonus to production, construction, which will be handy. Now I hope a barbarian naval unit doesn't snake our poor little builder there. Okay, not quite. So this does not... it doesn't seem the scout was alerted after all. Which is, I suppose, good. Makes our job right now a little easier. Why don't we do this? He's unlikely to attack, and if he does, he's not going to do much damage. The reason I mean, this is a bad tile to stand on. That's why I hesitate to put my slinger there, but I think it's okay. No continent yet. Okay, there's our boost to writing. So culture and tourism from Catherine. We have to be careful. Oh my god. He sure did do a lot of damage, actually. There we go. She's got a boat.
Skill without imagination.
All right. We have our Pantheon. This will help get our projects done all the sooner. And wait a minute. I want to close it. Yeah, good. I want to take a hit on you with my policy intact. There we go. Now, let's change. Let's get... Actually, we might as well keep the money coming in. Okay, there's our village. State workforce. Just until we get the... Boy, we still haven't found a new continent. How is that possible? Perhaps there are only 2 continents on a map this small. Okay, so we got our prayers. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. I think we might just make it. Shall we do one more Holy Site prayers just to lock it in? We're making 3 turn. We need 20. So 7 turns. No, there's no point. So if someone doesn't build Stonehenge in 7 turns, we are golden. Let's get a galley. No, let's get a settler. Now, ideally, we're able to establish a city on an island with another civ on it, because that's how we're going to take advantage of our culture bomb. Oh, that looks like France right there. Good. All right. Let's get you back home. Perhaps that's our second continent. Now you're just going to heal up there. We're in a vulnerable position. Make no mistake about it. 82. Still nothing. Stonehenge, turn 66. I mean, it's often built on turn 34 if someone's pursuing it, but... One more turn and we should be profit. Okay, there you go. Okay, we'll claim our great profit, and I will put a cut in there. We'll come back, we'll establish our religion, and we'll continue with Poland on deity with Darwinism, our favorite religion. Thanks for watching, folks.